Hey, how are ya? Hey guys, how's it going? Skylar Dama here, and today we're going to be talking about the return of Trials to Destiny 2. So, with Trials returning in this next season, Season of the Worthy, we're going to be looking at what can we do to prepare for Trials, both in advance and once it's finally here and upon us. But before we get started, make sure that if you're new to the channel that you've hit subscribe, and if you're already subscribed that you hit the notification bell. That way you're notified when the videos go up live, which is twice every single day at both 12 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Eastern. And also, please feel free to hit like on this video. In Bungie's most recent TWAB, this week at Bungie, they indicated that the power level that seems to be the quote-unquote soft cap for this Season of Worthy is going to be 1,000. So, how can we prepare for Trials? The first thing, obviously, we're going to want to do, get your character as close to 1,000 within that first week as you can, if possible, actually reaching 1,000. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the quickest way to do this? Well, one thing you can be doing is stocking up on bounties ahead of time. You can do this across all three characters, having as many bounties as possible completed and held so that once the new season begins, you'll be able to turn them in immediately and get a bunch of experience and hopefully start leveling up your artifact. You're going to want to make sure that you're only holding bounties that are actually going to get you experience. These include Crucible bounties, Vanguard bounties, Gambit bounties, Hawthorne bounties, and Spider bounties. You want to make sure you aren't getting bounties or stocking up on bounties that only reward Glimmer or Rep. You want to make sure that you're holding ones that will grant you experience and that will stick around for this new season. That means do not hold on to any bounties that are related to Fractaline, Fractaline, however you want to pronounce that, or anything else like that that's related to this season that's fading away. Once you make sure that you have your characters up to speed in terms of power, you're then going to want to make sure that you can actually upgrade the gear that you want to use. Just because you have gear that's at the correct power level doesn't mean it's going to be suitable for what you're doing in Trials. So of course you're going to want to hold on to any gear that you have that has good stat rolls, or that you've already invested into, that you intend to keep and use moving forward. And you're just going to want to infuse your higher level stuff into it. Now, in order to do this, you're going to make sure that you have materials in advance as well. An excellent way to grind out materials is to do the Master Ordeal Nightfalls, the 980 Nightfalls. These have the highest chance of dropping enhancement prisms, and they're the only activity that I can think of that has Ascendant Shards in the loot pool. These Ascendant Shards and Prisms and Cores are all going to help you when it comes to masterworking your armor. Having materials in advance as well, perhaps buying them from Spider, trading in Glimmer or Legendary Shards, having these materials on hand, or Glimmer on hand with the new season, will allow you to purchase upgrade modules from Banshee at the tower. You can also purchase them for 200 Bright Dust, essentially from the store. If you go to the Eververse store, you're able from the Bright Dust section to purchase a Matter Gleam, which is a consumable that once used gives you a chance of having an upgrade module drop from boss enemies. This buff will remain until you actually get one to drop, so it's essentially a guaranteed upgrade module at some point, and the drop rate's usually pretty good. Other ways that you can be stocking up on materials are to be doing the Pit of Heresy dungeon on the moon each week on each character. A completion guarantees you a masterwork piece of Dreambane armor, which you can dismantle for 6 enhancement cores and 6 enhancement prisms. Again, you can use these materials to make sure that you're masterworking your armor. Additionally, in this new Season of the Worthy, there's going to be a change to Armor 2.0 where you can change the elemental affinity of your armor pieces to whatever you want, but the higher it's upgraded, the more you're going to have to spend to change the affinities. You will be spending essentially the same cost it took to upgrade that armor to the point that it's at in order to change its affinity to something else. So you're going to want to make sure that you're not masterworking your armor until the new set comes out, or until you've made sure that you changed your affinity first. Another way that you can be prepping for this new season is to clear out any exotic quests that you still have, both to obtain the weapon, as well as to clear your bounty slots for more bounties that you can be holding that will grant you XP. Of course, you may also want to spend this time obtaining other weapons that hopefully will be useful within this new season. Auto rifles seem as though they're getting a buff, which means that all auto rifles are probably going to have their stocks increase as far as how valuable they are, which means any that you can find that might be halfway decent stand a chance to become powerful with this new season. One that I would highly recommend trying to get a good roll on would be the Steel Feather Repeater. As of right now, you're able to pick up time-lost weapon bounties from the tower, donate 400 fractaline, and instantly complete these bounties. Doing this multiple times will allow you to run through multiple rolls for weapons. So you should be doing this to try and get god rolls on any weapons that you don't have good rolls for already, with the hope that you will be using them in this next season. The ones I recommend looking for the most are going to be Steel Feather Repeater, Breachlight, and Traveler's Judgment, but of course there are several other notable ones, including Perfect Paradox, Trophy Hunter, and more. If you're looking for a guide on the best rolls for these weapons, there are excellent videos for this from Fallout Plays, Across Gaming, and others. I might end up doing one myself, but no promises given the limited amount of time before the new season rolls around. Another option for grinding out good weapons for this new season is going to be the Menagerie, where you can farm for rolls on weapons like the Dustrock Blues, the beloved sniper rifle, as well as others. And of course, the last thing we can all be doing to prepare for the return of Trials of Osiris is to grab some buddies, perhaps the ones you intend to do trials with, take on 2 of them, hop into the elimination playlist, and get some practice in. Another way to get practice in is to go into a Rumble playlist and practice on your own. This will help you with your decision-making skills, as well as improve your 1v1 duels, which are crucial aspects of playing Trials of Osiris. There will be times where it's simply you versus one other guy, and you have to clutch out that win for your team. So having some experience with 1v1s and being able to defeat your opponents on your own is going to be incredibly important. And that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, please make sure you smash like and hit subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you're being notified whenever I upload. We upload twice daily on this channel, so that's 2 videos every single day, uploaded at 12 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Eastern. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and I'll see you in the next video.
Heavy ammo on the way. Heavy ammo available. You had them before this began. Weapons down. This fight is over. Another battle won. On to the next fight.